Crew provides a space for students to feel joy and belonging in their full intersectional identities, manage the pressures of school and life, and come together to build a stronger community. This structure and culture of Crew fosters social, emotional, and academic development in students and helps build skills like collaboration, empathy, and critical thinking.
Crew, in order to build these relationships, you have to view kids holistically. Kids just aren't figures in a graph. They're not just statistics, they are people. All of our students are recently arrived immigrants. It's not only a new school, it's a brand new country, so many things are shifting in their lives.
I left my friends in my DR and I start a new life here with new people, speaking new language. In the first day, I feel like, oh my God, I can do this. I think Trio is a place when you talk to person in different countries and you can make friends and you learn in the process. You sit down and you talk and talk and talk and everybody's listening to you. Everybody say, wow, you have a good life. Oh, I need help with this. It's magic.
Crew has a good academic impact on me because there I get to know and to analyze as well as plan what I have to do.
Last week, we know that when you miss more than one day, it's like, oh, Wilmer would never miss school, but you're feeling better now?
Yes, 100%.
For your parents, if it comes to grades in school or your health, which one do you think they're gonna say is more important?
Maybe the society would think, okay, they had to be focused on their class.
Some students feel the weight already at like 15 years old as being the key out of poverty for their families, and they have to be the best. You guys are so academic focused and you really work hard, but your body is telling you that it's tired, that something isn't right. You need to listen to it.
As soon as I get home, I take a warm shower to release the stress, and then I proceed to do my shorts, then my homework, and then I rest. Good. For the rest of that.
Good. Teachers always felt like a second set of parents, especially having an immigrant parents as well. They weren't always available when I was home because they were working 14-hour days. So just being able to talk with them. ¿Qué es tu meta para todas esas clases? Encima de 80, 85.
Ajá, encima de 80.
That helps inform my teaching, helps me know when to make adjustments. And then later I can leverage that where if I set a goal for them, I can maybe push a little bit more because they know that I truly see their potential and because I genuinely want them to succeed and reach new heights.
Sí, es una buena persona, me entiende, me explica cuanto no entiendo y explica muy bien los temas.
In the first day, I feeling, oh my God, why am I here? But now I say, oh my God, it's Crew time. Let's go to talk with anybody. With everybody, sorry.
The purpose of Crew is the purpose of school. It enables the students to feel like there's someone who knows them really well, both the other kids and the adult, to feel like there's a way that we're connecting everything together, like the academic piece, the social emotional piece. Like we don't want the kids or the adults to feel like those are separate entities.
Relationships have an impact on the content. There should be time for relationship building in content classes too, but the practice for both students and teachers, it's like enhanced through that structure and Crew.
This is your opportunity to share your concerns with your teacher. This is our opportunity to clarify our concerns with you.
Town Hall builds a community by making sure everybody's on the same page, making sure that nobody misses out on anything so that we're able to create a better bond at doing certain activities together.
Being late to class, wearing headphones in class, group work attitude, inappropriate language and touching, and consent.
We usually just use it to clarify things.
Does anybody have questions or need clarification on what these concerns are?
It seemed like consent got a reaction from people questioning it, so maybe we need to ask questions around that. Or
consent means when you allow somebody. There we go. There we go.
What happens before you allow them?
Right.
Kevin, don't you like ask for permission? Ask for permission, and then the person has to consent before they allow it. Okay, do you want to add?
The town hall at first, to see how many people were in there, it was a little bit scary because I don't talk to everybody. But then at the same time, I know that I have a supportive group of friends, and it wasn't like I was doing most of the talking either because a lot of people asked questions and they stepped in to help and stuff like that.
Is ripping a pencil out of someone's hand consent?
Yes.
No.
No, said no, because it would not be respectful to snatch something out of a student's hand.
You have been working hard so far this school year. It's time for you to be recognized for it.
If you win an award today, right, you're gonna nominate students for quarter 3, I think, when we have our next town hall. Okay? So for our first award, Dem is gonna announce our first Lyons core value awards.
And then the interrelationship between like being an individual person and you're cared for as an individual person, and being a part of a community means you're going to do some things in common, even if it's maybe not what you most want to do, and then you're sort of always trying to strengthen both of those things.
The next person that got the awards is Josiah Romeo.
We are alive, we are well. I'm always having a space for the kids to bring their own identity into the classroom.
This is the Black Joy, Black Lives Matter at School Week of Action slideshow. So we can start with names, pronouns, and what makes you feel joyful. So I'll go first. My name is Bacho. My pronouns are she and her. And one thing that makes me feel joyful is watching the sunset.
I think there's always a very fine line as a Black educator of educating on the nuances of our experience.
Even within our pain, there is so much joy there as well. That's in conversation with it.
Centering joy in the classroom, it also involves knowing what nourishes you, not first and foremost as an educator, and then allowing your students to sort of amplify what nourishes them.
This slide is about Black joy and mixtapes. What are some songs that give Black joy and why?
I do think that it's really important to focus on joy, on liberation, of freedom, on community. And I can never dare to speak for other people, myself as a white Latino.
I really like Black music. I would say that this generation now, I feel like there's a whole lot of different types of everything now with music. When it comes to like piano, like guitars and drums added with like mixed beats.
And I'm a music teacher too, right? Like I've been so blessed by Stevie Wonder, Mary J. Blige, Nina Simone.
The R&B singers, how they like make us feel, or like how they like just the joy about it, and like the food, the love inside of food, and like the love of cooking, like Black dishes.
J. Cole, specifically Love Yours, that's like been my song in my self-care journey recently.
So I feel like Black joy is very mandatory, just as much as our past is, like, and everything that we've been through.
Pick one of the 13 guiding principles that resonates with you the most.
And these are the 13 guiding principles from the Movement for Black Lives, which is almost like the parent organization from the Black Lives Matter like movement. I really love this idea of like loving engagement, which really means to stay engaged in the struggle, but stay engaged like lovingly, right?
Without new visions, we don't know what to build, only what to knock down. We not only end up confused, rudderless, and cynical, but we forget that making a revolution is not a series of clever maneuvers and tactics, but a process that can and must transform us. Robin D.G. Kelly. What does this quote mean to you?
So I really appreciate that this piece is from something called Freedom Dreams of Black Radical Imagination, because I feel like in this reality, it's really hard for us as Black people to imagine this life outside of like systematic oppression.
At least when it comes to like Black movements, like I just finished a project with on like the civil rights movement, so it's kind of like without people that are like Martin Luther King or big leaders that are setting out what we need as a people and what we need to work toward, it's hard for us as a community to come together and build for ourselves.
I also think of like Fred Hampton that was murdered. He was a Black Panther, and he was murdered because he was actually organizing poor whites, like poor Latinos, poor African Americans. And he was saying we need to even think beyond the racial aspect and think about what is the systematic structures that are keeping us all oppressed. And that's the tricky thing about our own liberation, but it's also like the human liberation.
So we have to undo the constant oppression that youth, especially our Black, brown, queer, disabled, immigrant, poor, working class youth have experienced since pre-K until the time that we got them on the 9th or 10th grade. And that takes time. And I view advisory as that's where that happens.